Hi, Mr. Bodell here, Bodell's Comfort Footwear. I thought I'd do a video on stability and motion control. The reason why we get a lot of customers in here that have issues with pronation turning in or supination turning out. So, with those two issues, when you pronate, you have a tendency to have a low arch. When you supinate, turn out, you have a tendency to have a high arch. The ideal shoe is one that gives you rigidity, motion control, and stability. For example, this shoe here, anytime you could do this with a shoe. Turn it like soft counter. You could do this. Gives no support whatsoever. So customers try to come in here and they want to get orthotics and things like that, which we sell. We carry the Superfeet, the Spenco. We have diabetic footbeds. Many types of orthotics. You don't need it. If you get the right shoe, you'll have the support that you need. So if you have issues with pronation and supination, for example, this shoe here has a firm counter support. It doesn't turn, okay? It has a shank in here. You don't want this, you want this bend not more than that, okay? Because you want the support on the ball of the foot as well. So what you need to do is not think in terms of pronating or supinating using an arch support. You want to think in terms of the rigidity in the shoe. Good counter support. You can't twist the shoe, nor can you bend the shoe all the way up. You can only bend up to the break of the toes, because you're still getting lift in the metatarsal arch. Now another thing you could do as well, if you pronate or supinate, we'll talk about this shoe for example. So if you supinate, you can put a little wedge here in the heel. That's going to help keep you tilted up, walking straighter and more vertical, thus distributing your weight evenly. If you have a tendency to pronate, you want to do the wedge right in here. That way it prevents you from turning in and keeps you straighter. So these are some tips that you might look for. I mean, we get probably 30, 40, 50 customers a week in here wanting to take the shoe that they have, which is too flexible, minimalist support, and they try to correct their issue of pronating and supinating by using orthotic. And what I'm trying to convince them, you get the right shoe, you don't need to use an orthotic, whether it's a custom orthotic or one off the rack. So you might want to give us a try if you live in the area. We can show you the right shoe that will give you the support that you need so it'll prevent that pronating and that supinating. We might use a little correction in the heel, a little wedge, to prevent that as well. So please keep that in mind. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Mr. Bodell, Bodell's Comfort Footwear.